My name is Eleanor Hoovery. I am Program and Events Coordinator for the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce. Welcome. Today's seminar is Health Insurance Strategies for Employers. We do have the PowerPoint presentation at your seat. If you need any pens or pads of paper, we do have them out in the back. I can grab some of those for you, but let's get started. I would like to thank our sponsor for our seminar series for the year. TD Bank is our sponsor. Thanks to TD Bank for offering support to our seminar series. And let's introduce our speakers today. First, we have Todd McDonald. Todd is President and CEO of Aisling Partners Insurance Brokerage. And then we also have Dave Soltis, who is Vice President of Small Business Insurance Agency. They will introduce themselves, get a little bit more background on what they do, and we'll get started. Thank you.
Well, good morning. I didn't suggest it was going to be a sellout crowd. This is exciting. I asked Linda earlier, do we get paid before or after? And what are the royalties? But delighted to be here. Todd McDonald from Aisling Partners, here with Dave Soltis from Small Business, and we were thrilled when they came to us and asked us to present to you. Trying to solve healthcare and healthcare reform and the complexities of it in 1 hour seems to be very doable. I don't see any issues that we may have. But no, we're excited and delighted you would call out some time this morning. We've got a lot to cover. We're going to talk back in time a little bit, kind of where have we been? Where do we think we are? And I think the ultimate question, where are we going? And that is one that may be the most challenging to answer. I think as of last night or early this morning, we may have a little bit of a peek into some of what's going on and the repeal and replace and that type of a thing. But I think from our perspective, it's important to take you back in time. And let's just talk a little bit about that. And again, in the end, our ultimate goal is to really give you some thoughts, some guidance, some strategies about healthcare, about employee benefits at large. And then from there, we can build upon this in future series. I know Eleanor had mentioned there is another seminar. I think it's on the 24th of March. I think we have some of the political folks involved, and they're going to be talking at a very high level about what's going on down in Washington and so forth. So if this morning continues to be of interest and you want to kind of further the knowledge base, particularly on the new administration, I believe the date's the 24th, and I'll confirm with Eleanor. So with that in mind, let's get started. I do have technological challenges, so bear with me. The world of employee benefits, it's vast. Again, our goal is to give some business perspectives and some of the impact on healthcare reform. As we all know so well, we were the pioneers in Massachusetts for healthcare reform. It dates back to 2006. So our journey has been the longest of any state, and we've been arguably probably through the most as a result of all of that. The objectives for today, and I hope they match why you're here today, but we'll talk about the Affordable Care Act, past, present, and future, developing a competitive healthcare plan, the need and process, some technology, some tips and strategies, and some case studies. I've been in the business 25 years. It's been quite a journey, and I will tell you, when I first got into the business, I was a wholesaler, so I actually represented some of the insurance carriers who are just gracious partners here today, and we want to support them. And then 14 years ago, opened my own practice, and it's interesting to kind of look back in time. I didn't have any gray hair, by the way, just to be candid. But we were really brokers. We procured benefits and rates for clients. And today, as I look at our firm, and I know David can say the same, we've become a consultant, an advisor. In part, we're asked to be the outsourced CFO at times, the outsourced ERISA counsel at times, your HR partner and benefits strategist, on and on and on. And what I've seen, and one of the greatest changes, and we'll talk a little bit about it, is really the integration of HR, benefits, and payroll, and the intersection of those, and really the relation of technology and where technology plays today. So I find ourselves really playing a bigger role in technology and backing our way into benefit administration, HR, and then ultimately the benefits piece. So it's been an interesting journey to watch how the world and the evolution of benefits have happened, and I'm sure many of you as employers here feel the same and have seen that. So this is ironically a slide that I had prepared several years ago, and back in a new administration, and it's ironic, here we are with President Trump and again another new administration. We really have the confluence of really three key things here. We have the economy, and the challenges that play in the economy. We have a new administration yet again, and it's fresh, and we're all looking for answers and guidance. We're looking for some of the tea leaves to understand what's going on, and then we continue to have rising healthcare costs. And this slide is no different than it was 7 and 8 years ago. And that's really the challenge that lies ahead. Healthcare reform timeline. I'm not going to burden you, and I know you have the slides of walking you through every element of this, but starting back in 2010, so the upper left-hand side, there's certain change in tax treatments, accounting impact of some of the Medicare retirees, if we have any municipal folks here, early retiree medical reinsurance. Back in 2011, down on the bottom left-hand side, again, the inclusion of so many elements, and rather than focus on the impact of each of them because they've been here for 6, 7, and 8 years, the reality is it's just been a tremendous burden. It's been a tremendous burden on the insurance companies to comply with all of these. I know as employers sitting in this room, the complexities of these have been burdensome from a compliance standpoint, from a regulatory standpoint, and then certainly from the advisor's standpoint, making sure that we are educating you and leading you in the direction such that you are comfortable and understand the provisions, the implications, and so forth. So more of an indication, I will focus a little bit on the upper right-hand side here. Back in 2014, a lot of these were significant where, again, we introduced the exchange at the federal level. Again, we had that back in 06, but the 2014 version, individual coverage mandate, some financial assistance through the exchanges, we expanded Medicaid, the list goes on and on and on, employer mandates and responsibilities. So I look at this timeline as really a reminder to all of us because we've been through this, but it's just an affirmation of all that has happened, all of the provisions, and these certainly are only a small snippet of them, but all of the provisions that have been put forth, the carrier level, the burdensome at the employer level, and certainly from an advisor in terms of providing the advice, guidance, and counsel.